Hey, we're back in New York. We're excited to be back, and we have a great show for all you amazing chefs out there. Today we are going to be showing you just how versatile our balsamic vinaigrette and our red wine vinaigrette are. You can pick it up online. Send us some information on Instagram or at our website at amazingchefcreations.com. I'm Chef Michael. I'm going to be your host. Today we're going to be working on with our balsamic vinaigrette. We're going to be making a cranberry almond salad. It's got a really nice shaved Parmesan with it, some cherry tomatoes, some spring mixed greens. We're also going to be doing with our balsamic vinaigrette a pasta salad. It's a penne pasta. It's got a little bit of mozzarella in there. We have a few different types of tomatoes. We have our heirloom tomatoes, we have some cherry tomatoes and some yellow tomatoes. And then with our red wine vinaigrette, we're going to be making a hearts of romaine salad. It's one of my daughter's favorites. It's kind of her go-to salad. Whenever we have a little extra something, that's really like the salad that she really enjoys to eat. And then we're gonna make a derivative with our red wine vinaigrette, which is our poached lobster salad. It's gonna be butter poached, really, really yummy. That's one of my favorites. And then we're gonna be taking some pine nuts, and then we're gonna be adding a little bit of orange, lemon, and lime to that. And we have a really great show for you today, so we're looking forward to it. Thank you. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna be making today is our oven roasted tomatoes. We're gonna take some of our cherry tomatoes and we're gonna split them in half. We're gonna take these guys, we're gonna put them on our sheet pan. We have a little bit of parchment paper here so that way they don't stick. We're gonna put them open side up. We're gonna hit these guys with a little bit of kosher salt and a little bit of black pepper. We're gonna take these over and we'll put these in our oven. We're gonna let them roast at about 325 degrees for about maybe 30 minutes or so. This way they start to dry out, and this way when we cut them, they'll fit really in nicely with our basil almond pesto. All right, so now that we have our tomatoes in the oven, we're gonna let those guys go for about 35-40 minutes. We want them face side up, the open side up, so that way a lot of the moisture can start to come out and we can start to dry them out. The next thing that we're gonna work on is putting our pasta in the water. We have our penne pasta here, and we're gonna take some kosher salt so that way we can season our water. So we'll take these guys, put them in. We'll let those guys go for about 10 minutes or so. We wanna add a good amount of salt in there. All right, so now that we have our penne pasta in the water, we're gonna let it go for about 10 minutes or so. And then we're gonna start working on our crostinis, our croutons, and our garlic bread. So the crostinis, I like to give them a little bit of an angle. All right, so we have a few of these crostinis that we're gonna be working on. And then we have our croutons. Move this bread out of the way. We're gonna dice these guys up. We have a little bit of garlic bread that we're going to be working on as well. So we'll take this guy, cut it at a little bit of an angle, and then we'll just make these guys flat right there. Croutons, our crostinis, and our garlic bread. So we're going to add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Season these guys up really nice. Everybody loves olive oil. It's good and healthy for you. We'll take a little bit of salt, and a little bit of fresh cracked pepper. And these guys, the garlic bread, we're gonna go ahead and actually pan-sear. The croutons and our crostinis, we're gonna go ahead and put these guys in the oven. We want them nice and toasty. If you like them a little bit more crunchy, leave them in for about 10 to 12 minutes. If you'd like them a little less crunchy, take them out a couple minutes before. All right, so now that we have our crostinis in our oven, we're gonna let those guys toast for a few minutes, and what I'm gonna start checking on next is our oven roasted tomatoes. We've had them in there for about 20 or 30 minutes now. These guys are starting to get nice and dry, and we're gonna go ahead and start working on our pesto next. So what we're gonna do is gonna make a almond pesto, and then once our almond pesto is made with our basil, our almonds, our parsley, our garlic, and our Parmesan, we're gonna add a few of the tomatoes in there, so we'll have two different color pestos to work with our penne pasta salad. Okay, so we're gonna be working on our basil almond pesto next. I'm gonna grab the mini food processor right here. Get this guy plugged in. All right, so we're gonna get all our ingredients together. We're gonna add some almonds, a little bit of Parmesan, tiny little clove of garlic, and some fresh basil. We're just gonna puree this guy up a little bit. Just kind of get it mixed a little bit, and then we're gonna add a little olive oil to it. Add a little bit of fresh kosher salt. And a little crushed black pepper. Let that guy puree. So normally I like this a little bit coarse, but for what it is that we're gonna be doing with our salad here, I'm gonna add a little bit more extra virgin olive oil. And we're just gonna puree that up for another few seconds. All right, looks great. Just gonna give that a little bit of taste. Kind of see how it's a little bit more runny. Give that a little taste. All right, perfect. All right, so then we're gonna sit this guy off to the side. We're gonna add a little bit in there. And as I mentioned before, we're gonna take our oven roasted tomatoes. So this way we have two different types of pestos. So we'll take our oven roasted tomatoes. We'll add those guys in there. And they're nice and dry. And then we're gonna puree these guys up. All right, so now that those guys are done pureeing, I'll set these guys in another container. All right, looks good. All right, so you can see this guy's a little bit more red. So we have our sun-dried tomato pesto there, and then this one's our basil almond pesto. Really easy recipe. And then we're gonna start working on our garlic bread. So this way we can kind of start working and getting all our salads together. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and check on our croutons and our crostinis, which they have a really nice golden color to them, nice and crunchy. And it's been about ready to go for our penne pasta as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and strain this. Now, some people might tell you to put it in, to shock it so that way you can cool it down in a little bit of cold water, but I like to just let it stay like that so that way all the starch stays on there, gives it a lot more flavor, and helps the vinaigrette stick to the pasta as well. We're gonna take all of our salad here, and so the first one that we're gonna make with our balsamic vinaigrette, I'm gonna add a little bit to the mixed greens. We're gonna go toss those in a little bit. And this is a really nice salad to make if you're having some company over, you get 10, 20 guests. All right, so now that our mixed greens are dressed, we're gonna go ahead and take our pasta salad. We're gonna add that guy right in the center. And we're gonna add a few of the little mozzarella balls that we have. I like these guys, so this way you don't have to cut them. They're already bite-sized, they look cute. Add a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper to that. And then we're gonna take our basil pesto, kind of mix that on there. Add some really nice flavor to it. We're add a little bit of the sun-dried tomato pesto. We're gonna set that off to the side here for a second. And then we're gonna start adding our tomatoes to it. So we have some really nice tomatoes here. We have a few different types of heirloom tomatoes. And then I just grabbed a few of the smaller cherry tomatoes, grape tomatoes, little yellow tomatoes. I like to cut these guys in half. Take half of this guy. Take one of our green zebra. Love these guys. And we have a really nice purple kind of colored heirloom tomato. We're gonna cut these guys in a little bit larger chunks. It's kind of our take on a caprese salad, a little pasta salad, a little combination of both you have here. So now that we have all our tomatoes together, take these guys, bring them all in here. Take a little bit more of our balsamic vinaigrette. Toss those guys in there. Take those, give those a nice little toss. Gives it some really nice flavor. Gives it some really nice color. And we're gonna add these guys to our pasta salad here. Right on top. A little bit of that juice on there. Give it a quick little toss so that way you can see everything. All right, and so that's our first salad with our balsamic vinaigrette. We have our penne pasta, tomato mozzarella, heirloom tomatoes and cherry tomatoes in there. Now we're gonna start working our second balsamic vinaigrette pasta. So we have a really nice plate right here that we're gonna start setting everything on there. And then we're gonna take our last of our mixed greens. We're gonna add a little balsamic vinaigrette to it. So this is our really popular dish that we have in the wintertime. This is our cranberry almond salad. So we'll take a few almonds, sprinkle those guys on top. Take a few of our cranberries and a little bit of shaved Parmesan. We're gonna mix these guys up here as well. All right, looking good, looking good. Okay, so we're gonna start plating this guy on here. All right, so we're just gonna add a little bit more lettuce on there. We're trying to go for some height, build it up, get some really nice presentation there. And you gotta make sure you get all the goodies on there. Sometimes all that stuff falls to the bottom. It's my favorite part right there. All right, so we got these guys ready to go. Then we're gonna take a few more of our cherry tomatoes. Cut these guys in half. Add a little bit of salt and pepper to them. Fresh cracked pepper. Gotta add salt and pepper to everything. And a little bit of our balsamic vinaigrette. Take these guys, pour them right on top. Then we'll just top it off with a little bit more of our shaved Parmesan. And there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, amazing chefs. We have our penne pasta salad with our balsamic vinaigrette, heirloom tomatoes. And then we have our cranberry almond salad with our balsamic vinaigrette, shaved Parmesan, and spring mixed greens. All right, so our next two recipes that we have is gonna be our butter poached lobster tail, and then we're gonna use our red wine vinaigrette and make kind of a little bit of a derivative and add a little bit of orange juice, lemon, and lime. That way it's got a really nice citrus flavor to it, really good for the summertime. And then we're also gonna be working on one of my daughter's favorite salads. It's our hearts of romaine salad with a little bit of feta cheese and black olives. So the first thing that I'm gonna show you guys is how to pop this guy open. We're gonna crack the first two little wedges of it. I'm gonna bring this guy out, set this right on top, pulling a little extra out of the way. We're gonna have a little slice here, a little slice there, all right? And then we're gonna go ahead and take our salt, sprinkle a little salt on there, sprinkle a little bit of pepper, and then we have a pot of boiling water over here. We're gonna take about a half a stick of butter, set that guy in there. This way it gets it nice and buttery. And then we're gonna take our lobster tail and then we'll pop that guy in there for, I don't know, about 7-8 minutes. Not too long. I'm gonna go ahead and clean this cutting board, and when we come back, I'm gonna start showing you what we're gonna do with our hearts of romaine salad. Okay, so we're gonna start cutting up our romaine lettuce, our hearts of romaine. Gives them a little bit more crunch when you use the hearts. Give it a nice chop. We're gonna take all of those guys, add that into our salad mixing bowl here. Then we're gonna add a little bit of feta cheese, a little bit of olives, and a few tomatoes. We'll add our croutons that we made earlier. And then we're gonna take our lovely red wine vinaigrette, add that to it. If you like a little extra dressing, throw a little bit extra on there. So this is gonna be the first of two salads that we have. We're gonna take all of that, Looks really good, nice and dressed. We're gonna throw that on our plate right here. Take a few of those, set them all on there. And make sure that we get a few of the cherry tomatoes and our black olives on there. A little bit more feta cheese. Love the feta cheese. Gives it a nice little saltiness to it. And then our black olives. And then we'll throw one more of our tomatoes on there. And there you go. That's our red wine vinaigrette that we're using with our hearts of romaine salad, feta cheese and black olives. And so the next thing that we're doing, now that we have our poached lobster, it's almost ready to go. I'll move these guys out of the way. And as I mentioned before, this is a really nice vinaigrette. We're gonna turn it into a little different. So we're gonna take our vinaigrette that we have left over, and then we're gonna squeeze all of the juice out of all of these lemons, limes, and the orange into the vinaigrette. I actually like to use 2 of the halves of the orange, and then 1/2 of the lemon, and then 1/2 of the lime that we're gonna squeeze into there. All right, so we're gonna squeeze our oranges in a bowl here. I was looking for a juicer, but couldn't find it. All right, so we got our orange juice that we're gonna add to it. Add some really nice sweetness, still gives it a little bit of acidity. And then we're gonna add our lemon and our lime. Try not to get juice everywhere. All right, so we're gonna take those 2, and then we're gonna add that to the remainder of our vinaigrette here. Put the lid back on, and we're gonna shake it. All right, so now that we got it shaken, we're gonna take our little bit of our romaine, and we're actually just gonna cut half of this guy, because what we're gonna do is kind of a hybrid. We're gonna take a little bit of our spring mix greens and our hearts of romaine. The hearts of romaine gives it a really nice crunch. I think the spring mix gives it a really nice flavor to it. So we're gonna take both of these guys, mix these guys together. So we got these guys, we have our pine nuts, we have a little bit of tomatoes, and then we're also gonna use our garlic bread that we have over here. So we have a hot pan ready to go. I'm gonna take the bread that we had cut earlier. I'm gonna add a little bit of butter to it. I'm gonna add a little bit of garlic in there. And we're gonna let those guys go ahead and toast up. And while that guy's toasting, we're gonna pull out our lobster. Slide this guy over to the side. Already came off the shell. Looks really nice. Got some nice butter to it. And we're just gonna give this guy a nice little slice. Give it a little bit of rough chop. Make it bite-sized, that way it's easy to eat. We're gonna take the toast that we just threw on our saute pan. So now that we have our lobster chopped, we have our bread ready to go, and our salad mixed, we're gonna go ahead and take our citrus vinaigrette, and we're gonna toss that all in here. Take a little bit of the pine nuts, gives it a nice little crunch. Add a little bit of the lobster. We're gonna save some of that lobster for afterwards to put right on top. And then we're gonna take our citrus vinaigrette. Don't forget, you can get this online. And then we're gonna toss this guy up. Take our other plate here. And we're gonna start. It's the best part of the salad. You guys hungry? Ready to eat? Looks amazing. All right. We're gonna add a little bit more on top. We'll take a few of these tomatoes that we have. Add a little bit more of our dressing to them, because you want to season everything. A few of those guys. Toss those on top for a little bit of color, a little extra flavor, a little more nutrition. It's a really great salad. And then we're gonna take the last of our lobster. Same thing, we're gonna toss that in the vinaigrette. Top it off. And those guys there. Gotta get all the little pieces of lobster in there. And then finish it off with our little toast that we have here. And there you go. That's our red wine vinaigrette salad. This one is our romaine. It's got a little feta cheese, a little black olives, and then when we added our citrus to it, we added the lemons, the limes, and the oranges to our red wine vinaigrette and came up with our citrus vinaigrette. And we have the lobster salad ready to go for you. Please enjoy. All right, so we hope you enjoyed the show today. We had some really nice salads that we made with our balsamic vinaigrette and our red wine vinaigrette and our derivative, which was our citrus vinaigrette. Don't forget to hit us up on Facebook or on Instagram or at AmazingChefCreations.com. Thank you. Y'all have a great day.